Hello and welcome back to No Stress English, the podcast that helps you learn English in a calm and practical way. I'm Alex.
And I'm Maya. It's great to have you with us for episode 8. Today, we're talking about a situation that every single English learner has experienced. That moment of panic when you don't understand someone.
Exactly. We've all been there. Your heart starts beating a little faster, your mind goes blank, and you just nod and smile, hoping it wasn't a question.
The classic nod and smile. Well, today, we're going to give you some simple, effective tools to replace that panic with confidence. We'll teach you exactly what to say and do so you can keep the conversation going smoothly.
So let's talk about that panic moment. Why does it happen? Usually it's one of a few things. First, the person might be speaking way too fast.
Right. Native speakers often forget to slow down, or maybe they have an accent you're not used to. Every country and even different regions within a country can have very different accents.
That's a big one. And of course, there's new vocabulary. They might use a word or an idiom that you've just never heard before. The problem isn't that you don't understand. The problem is how you react.
Exactly. The embarrassment takes over. I remember being on a work call once, and my boss said something like, "We need to table this discussion for now." I had no idea what table this meant. I just said, okay, and spent the next hour worrying about what I agreed to.
That's such a relatable story. And it highlights another big reason for the panic, the fear of looking stupid. We worry that if we admit we don't understand, the other person will think our English is terrible or that we're not smart.
Absolutely. It's an internal pressure we put on ourselves. We want to be fluent, so we feel like we should understand everything. But that's not how language learning works. Even native speakers misunderstand each other sometimes.
That's a perfect example. And for anyone wondering, to table a discussion means to postpone it or talk about it later. But you see, a simple, weird idiom caused all that stress. So the first and most important strategy is this: stay calm.
Take a breath. It is 100% okay to not understand something. It doesn't mean your English is bad. It means you're human. The other person will not be angry or annoyed if you ask for help. In fact, they will probably appreciate it.
Right. So once you're calm, you need a phrase. Let's start with the simplest strategy, asking for repetition. You just want to hear the same sentence again. Maya, what are some good simple phrases?
Okay, there are some great easy ones. The most common one is probably, "Sorry, could you say that again?" It's polite and direct. Another good one is, "I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that."
I didn't quite catch that. I like that one. It sounds very natural.
It does. And if you're in a more formal situation, like a business meeting, you could say, "Would you mind repeating that, please?"
Excellent. Okay, to our listeners, let's practice one of those. We'll say the phrase, and you can repeat it out loud. Ready? Let's use the most common one. Repeat after me. Sorry, could you say that again?
Great. Just having that one phrase ready can make a huge difference. But sometimes hearing the same sentence again doesn't help. Maybe the problem is the speed or a specific word.
Right. In that case, you need to ask for clarification. You're not just asking them to repeat, you're asking them to change something to help you understand. For example, asking them to speak more slowly.
Yes, and you can be very direct and polite about this. You can just say, "Could you speak a little more slowly, please?" No one will be offended by that.
Absolutely. What if the problem is a specific word, like your table this example, Maya?
It's perfectly fine to ask about it. You can say, "I'm sorry, what does table this mean?" Or, "Could you explain what you mean by table this?" You just isolate the part you don't understand.
That's so useful. Okay, let's do another practice for our listeners. Let's try the phrase for slowing down. Repeat after Maya.
Ready? "Could you speak a little more slowly, please?"
Perfect. Now, there's one more strategy that's a bit more advanced, but it's fantastic for showing you're really engaged in the conversation. It's confirming your understanding.
I love this one. This is where you think you understood, but you're not 100% sure. So you repeat back what you think they said, but in your own words.
Exactly. It's called paraphrasing. You can start with phrases like, so what you're saying is, or if I understand correctly, you mean, and then you explain your understanding.
Let's use an example. Imagine a colleague says, we need to action these deliverables by EOD. That has some business jargon.
Yeah, a lot of jargon. Using this strategy, you could say, okay, so if I understand correctly, you mean we need to finish these tasks by the end of the day?
Yes, it's brilliant. It gives the other person a chance to say, yes, that's exactly right. Or, well, not exactly. And then they can explain it more clearly. It shows you're trying hard to understand.
It really does. Okay, let's put this all together and see the difference it makes. We're going to do a couple of short role plays. In the first one, Maya's going to have the panic reaction. I'll be a fast-talking person on the phone.
Okay, I'm ready. Or, I'm not ready. I'm panicking.
Hi, Maya. It's Alex. Just calling to confirm the project debrief. We've had to reschedule it from Tuesday at 10 to Wednesday at 3, but it's in the Kelvin conference room, not the main boardroom. So make sure you bring the revised schematics with you. Got all that?
Yes, okay. Wednesday, schematics. Yes, got it. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, scene. So, Maya, what happened there? What do you actually know?
Honestly, I know it's on Wednesday and I need to bring something. I missed the time and the location completely. Now I'm stressed and I'll have to send an embarrassing email later to ask for the information again.
A perfect demonstration of the panic reaction. Okay, let's do it again. Same phone call, but this time, Maya, you're going to use the strategies we just talked about.
Okay, take 2. I'm calm now.
Hi, Maya. It's Alex. Just calling to confirm the project debrief. We've had to reschedule it from Tuesday at 10 to Wednesday at 3, but it's in the Kelvin conference room, not the main boardroom. So make sure you bring the revised schematics with you. Got all that?
Hi, Alex. Thanks for calling. I'm sorry, could you speak a little more slowly, please? I want to make sure I get all the details.
Oh, of course. Sorry about that. I said the meeting has been moved to Wednesday at 3 p.m.
Wednesday at 3. Got it. And I'm sorry, I didn't catch the location. Which conference room was that?
It's in the Kelvin conference room. That's Kelvin.
Perfect, thank you. So just to confirm, the meeting is Wednesday at 3 p.m. in the Kelvin conference room, and I should bring the revised schematics. Is that right?
That's exactly right. You got it.
Great. Thanks so much for confirming, Alex. Talk to you then.
And scene. See the difference?
Huge difference. I feel confident, I have all the information, and the conversation was still friendly and professional. I used all 3 strategies. I asked you to slow down, I asked for repetition for the location, and then I confirmed all the details at the end.
And from my perspective, as the fast talker, I wasn't annoyed at all. I was happy to slow down and clarify. It makes communication better for everyone. So that brings us to our key takeaways for today.
Okay, let's summarize. First and most importantly, do not panic. It is completely normal and okay not to understand everything. Take a calm breath.
Second, have a few simple phrases ready. Start with asking for repetition, like, sorry, could you say that again?
Third, if that doesn't work, ask for clarification. Ask them to slow down or ask about a specific word you didn't know.
And finally, a great way to ensure you've understood correctly is to confirm by paraphrasing. So you mean, this shows you're an active, careful listener.
Exactly. The main message here is that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It leads to better communication and less stress for you. Pretending to understand is where the real problems begin.
Well said, Maya. And that's all the time we have for today. We hope these phrases and strategies help you feel more confident in your next English conversation.
Practice them so they feel natural. The more you use them, the easier it gets. Thank you so much for listening to NoStress English.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our channel and leave a comment telling us about a time you didn't understand something and what you did. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep calm and keep learning.
Bye, everyone.